Hi everybody, this is Jesse. Hey, today I'm going to show you how to program the timers for the Extractomat. The first timer I'm going to show you how to program here is for the standard model, not the bill coin acceptor model. This is for the standard model. So I always like to start with everything, how this works. You'll see we got going on here. When you look inside your Extractomat, the screws will always be downwards on the pointing towards the floor, and you'll take a look. It says IDX incorporated over here. This is the timer that we got going on. To start from a level playing field and always know where we're starting at, I like to turn all switches into the off position. So as you can see, you've got a little on signal here with an arrow pointing down this way, representing that this end of there represents the on piece, which means by default these will always be off. So I like to turn all four of these off and this entire bank as well off. That's the way we always know exactly what we're starting at. Now for the standard models, what we do is just a push button, make things extremely simple. So for instance, although we use kind of the same timer, how you program it differently. Each button would represent one pulse, right? So if we push the green button one time, the start button, one time, we have to figure out how long we want the Extractomat to actually continue to perform. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to program it, show you how to program it to stay on essentially 2 minutes with one button push. So what we'll do, since we're only going to have one button push to require this machine to turn on, we need to turn the number 1 to the on position, and then we have to figure out how many seconds we want that to be to stay on for that one button push. So if we're looking at 2 minutes, would be 120 seconds. So I would come down here and say, oh, you know what, 128 seconds over here, which would be the second one back. Turn that one on to the on position. So what we just did is anytime the button is pushed, the green button is pushed, it adds 128 seconds, or essentially 2 minutes and 8 seconds for how long the machine will stay on. If we wanted to change it to something different, we can go to 32 seconds. So every 32 seconds, they'd have to push the green button again in order to turn the machine on. So that's not really practical. If you want to go longer times, these are actually a cumulative. So if you wanted to stay on, for instance, 256 seconds, which would be 4 minutes and change there, almost 5 minutes, that's this one. If you wanted to add another 2 minutes on it, you push both of them to the on position here. That would be essentially 7 minutes, okay, because they add sequentially. So you can keep on adding and adding and adding. So that's for just one push of the button. So I'm going to put it back here to 128 seconds for one button push. What that does is every time the button is pushed, the Extractomat will stay on for 2 minutes and 8 seconds. I hope that answers any questions for you guys. If you have any more questions, please feel free to contact me. Thanks. Have a great day.